So now what do I do? Well, I guess there's only one thing. There's something I'd like to know. Are you real? Can you feel?
Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage. My name is Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirits, my intuition, the tarot to communicate energies to you guys, fabulous viewers. If you guys are new to this channel, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you guys finally found me. Here I am. I hope you guys stay and that these readings resonate with you guys. For those of you guys returning, I'm so grateful and I'm so blessed to do your reading again today. You guys are all very safe and welcome in this space with me today. Today's reading, we'll be taking a look at what unexpected blessing is coming your way. So we had Uranus entering Gemini July 7th, and it will be going retrograde at some point, but there is a lot happening with this energy, and it does come with unexpected surprises and blessings and shifts. So we're going to take a look at what shift is coming with this energy, planetary shift going on in your world specifically. Okay, and as usual, the strongest energy in your energy field pulls through. So if it's not directly your energy, this could be energy around you. Okay, so apply it to your situation. This is a collective reading, so many people pass through here. Okay, but if the reading is not resonating, then you might want to go check out another pile, or it could definitely be a message for others. Okay, so don't force anything to fit here. It's just for those of you guys who have unexpected blessings, energy shifts coming in with this Uranus shifting into Gemini. Okay, so these are the decks that we'll be using for this reading. For those of you guys interested in the decks I'm using, take a screenshot, whatever helps you to sort of zoom into whatever these are. And I will put a link here to the flip throughs for these decks. So a lot of these I have videos where we reveal a lot of these cards. So if you do want to use these for your next reading, you're familiar with what is in the decks. Okay, so beautiful angels, I will get your piles ready, and I do feel we'll be doing a 3-pile pick, and let's get into that. I'll see you shortly. All right, gorgeous angels, let's pull our 3 piles for the unexpected blessing coming in with this shift of Uranus in Gemini. Spirit for the collective in regards to the unexpected blessings they can be expecting with this energy shift for pile 1 and pile 2 and pile 3, pile 2 and pile 3. Thank you, Spirit. All right, so gorgeous angels, I will reveal these shortly. If at any point you are pulled to these, I will be reading these in the upright. I'll be reading just the energy that pulls through these, okay? If at any point you're pulled to them, I will put the timestamp down below. It'll take you guys directly to your pick. This is 1, 2, 3, which we'll be flipping over shortly. Now, do use your intuition, okay? Because this is unexpected. It might be difficult for us to identify whether it could be our blessing or not. So I do feel like take this opportunity to ask Spirit what you'll see, feel, or hear to determine whether this messaging is for you. The best way to do that is to obviously use your intuition, but to sit through the card layout so that we can take a look at the energy and the cards that pull through before the messaging comes through. Okay, so pile number 1, you guys have this 0 card with Awakening, Akashic Records, and Conscious Evolution. Never mind my hideous snails. Pile number 2, you guys have 21 with Okasahedron. I think I'm saying that right. Okasahedron with the Divine Feminine, 21. All right, and then for option number 3, we have 17 with Hexahedron with Nurture and Create. I'll hold all 3 of these kind of up so you guys can sort of compare them. Hopefully you guys can get a good look at these like this. Oops, too close. Okay, so sit with this energy. It's absolutely fine to be called to multiple piles. If you're called to 2, 3, none, that's absolutely fine. But listen to your intuition. If you find it difficult, close your eyes, open your eyes. Whichever one you're pulled to will most likely be your pile. And it's absolutely fine to be drawn into the energy around you, meaning this could definitely be energy for people around you, situations around you, circumstances. Okay, I'm just reading energy, so I don't know whose it belongs to, but if it's around you, it's going to be red hair is the strongest energy. This is why we have multiple sort of piles that pull through different sort of energies. Also, we could be looking at past, present, future state. So don't take that pile. If it's not your messaging, don't take it. Okay, if it feels right, then it's your pile. And this is why it's important to develop the intuition, because no tarot reader is going to tell you that that's your blessing if it's not your blessing. Okay, and I'm not out here to try to confuse you or like give you any sort of wishful thinking. This is solely reading energy, your consciousness back to you. And so you're going to know yourself better than anyone else here. Okay, so angels, I will leave these 3 piles with you. And when you're ready, there's a timestamp below and I will see you at your pick. Gorgeous angels, pile number 1, you guys picked 0 with awakening, Akashic records, and conscious evolution. How powerful is that? And look, we have 2 big great whales. It looks like amazing. So let's take a look, shall we, at this energy. I have pre-shuffled these oracle cards. I've not looked at them. I asked Spirit specifically for pile number 1, what is this unexpected blessing coming in with the Uranus going into Gemini on July 1st? Okay, and what is it that you could be getting as a blessing that you might not be seeing coming your way? Okay, so use your intuition, which you'll see, feel, or hear to determine whether this pile is yours or not. Only you could do this. Okay, and then if you want to go straight away to your channel message, you can, although you won't know for sure, because I mean, this is an unexpected blessing, whether this is coming to you or not, unless you're tuned into your intuition. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have. We have the sun. Oh my goodness, the luminary of life and self. So you can take a look at all of these words. I won't read them all in regards to what the sun represents here. Sun is the most powerful, beautiful, positive card in the tarot. Okay, it brings warmth, happiness, joy, contentment, certainty, clarity. It is the card of enlightenment. It is the card of success. Okay, it is divine masculine. So I feel here with the awakening and the sun, this is really representing some form of awakening, clarity, and enlightenment. Okay, some sort of awakening of consciousness, some sort of enlightenment of self. And we're seeing 2 whales here. So some of you guys I know are on a spiritual journey, like with another. So we could be definitely on a partnership here that is reflected amongst 2 people. Okay, this could be your lower self, your higher self, however you want to sort of put it. Okay, so let's take a look. What else we have? We have rooster, more divine masculine energy. Okay, I don't take words, so literally it's mostly energy from the cards. So it says an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. All right, well, let's see. We could definitely be involved with someone else here. Okay, with these 2 energies. An older woman, dealings a relationship with an older woman. So usually with women, we get divine feminine energy. Some of you guys might have been drawn to pile number 2. If you were called, take this as confirmation. There might be something there. I haven't read that pile, but older woman to me would be like more experienced, more ascended. Okay. It could be physically older by age, or it could just be someone more in tune, more ascended, more balanced. But now we have masculine, feminine energy showing through here with the 2 again. And 0 is Aquarius energy. Okay. So we could have Aquarius, we could have Leo, we could have Aries. And we do have a little bit of Taurus Libra also showing through. Okay, so we have teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. So same sex, we all carry masculine, feminine energy. So I'm not necessarily sold that this is genders, although this could be confirmation for someone who is dealing with someone of the same sex. I feel like there is another someone, and I feel like there could be a mirroring in the same energy, you know, like butting heads in the masculine field, or potentially two passive people. I don't know. There's something going on here and being reflected in the energy body. Okay. Teapot could talk about like having like an open communication, a moment of revelation, even, you know, where we're opening up, getting deep with the tea, so to speak. So I am getting some communication here. Okay, so we have Tower 19. So 19 is sun energy, which we have here. So it's represented twice, but Tower in the Lenormand isn't like an actual tower like we'd see in the tarot. A tower in the Lenormand card does talk about isolation. It could talk about establishment too, like corporation, you know, like authorities and government agencies, and yeah, it could be a workplace even. But it does talk about isolation. It could talk about feeling lonely. Okay, let's keep going. And we have card 56 with the wall, obstacles. So number 11. 11 is a master number, divine inspiration, synchronicity, and the encouragement to keep going. Obstacles. So challenges. And we have a naked woman here. So I'm getting divine feminine, very strong, but her being naked could definitely talk about being sort of maybe vulnerable or exposed. And look, her arms are up in the air and she's being surrounded by a snake. And so I'm getting a lot of like Eve energy, you know? So snakes talk about wisdom and healing. It could talk about tricky energy, you know, and we were getting someone here that you should not cross. This is interesting energy, you guys. Okay, look, a woman now with a lizard. So what's interesting, the snake, these are two different decks, right? Yes. So two different decks. We have a woman with a lizard, cold-blooded reptile. Woman with a, I don't know, is that an iguana? Some form of a lizard? A gecko? This looks like a gecko, not an iguana. It looks like a gecko. So what? More cold-blooded lizard type stuff or reptiles? And then we see these two butterflies. Butterflies talk about transformation. Now the blue is giving me throat chakra, which is coming through with this communication. We have feminine here, divine feminine here. Okay, we have a lot of masculine energy pulling through. Yeah, with the night. No, sorry, this. Where's 19? And this. And this. And I'm seeing yin yang with the two sort of whales. I'm seeing the two butterflies. I'm getting some earth energy with all of this foliage over here. So Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I'm getting some Scorpio energy with the snake. I'm also getting some Queen of Wands energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Okay, so yeah, and more Scorpio with these butterflies. Wow, okay. So we have the trine. And it says harmony. And I'll let you guys sort of look at this energy. I don't know, it doesn't look like it's focused. Hold on. All right, so trine is a very lucky aspect, bringing back harmony, positive changes, and good vibes. Comfort zone, harmony, energy flowing. Okay, interesting. And then we have the card of bee with bison. How can I know myself as absolute? More earth energy here. Okay, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. How can I know myself as absolute? We're kicking it back here to the enlightenment energy I was getting here. Some sort of realization, awakening. And this target energy is giving me Sagittarius, this little thing right here. Oops. Okay. And we have service. So I'm getting some Virgo energy from this. Service and some Chariot, so some Cancer energy. Okay. So Chariot is all about victory, balance, okay, which is seeing the yin yang, but that's shadow integration, working with the universe. Service could certainly be a form of masculine energy. If we're of service, we're taking action in some way. Okay. We have cherries. Cherries are about relationship. Okay. It could be enjoying a sweet time together. In fact, well, 10 here is sun energy again, so that's masculine. Okay, 10s are about endings and transformation, which we have with the butterfly. Cherries, like I said, are about relationships. But I want to read you guys what it says in the book here, specifically with the cherries. Where is it? Right here. Yes. So it says in the positive, it starts something new, abundance, luck, and new romance and pleasant. So in the negative, it overindulgence, too much of a good thing, can leave a sour taste in our mouth and bittersweet. General, the cherries often, I see it as choices, a bit like when we are at a fork in the road. Each road has its own good points. We need to choose carefully. Relationships. This comes up in a relationship that either needs to be a rekindle of love, or you're about to embark on new love. Life energy must be added in your romantic relationships. Be kind and sweet to all other forms, be kind and sweet to all other forms and its types of relationships. That makes no sense, such as friends and family. So we have career and financials as well here. You guys can see, but I do feel this is more relationship with self, relationship with other. I do feel for a lot of you guys, it's other. Okay. Some of you guys might be career here, but because we do have it right by service. Okay. But we'll see what that does. Indecision. So we had something about a decision here. We have an indecision. 7 is chariot energy coming through. It's also tower energy. Okay. Now I'm actually seeing the tower in the tarot. So we have strong Cancer and Uranus energy pulling through. Interesting enough. So more Aquarius, which I was feeling right at the beginning with the 0. Okay. And then we have this sign of Venus. So I'm getting this divine feminine, Taurus, Libra energy, which I was getting from this here and the feminine. Okay. And then the sign of Aquarius here. Is that Aquarius or Libra? I'm sorry. It's Libra. Libra. Sorry, that looks weird. Okay. Libra energy. So more of this sort of balanced chariot energy, relationship energy. And look, there's a angel of guidance here. Okay, and then it looks like someone crying there. So 2s. Okay, 7s are about faith, wisdom, reflection, and understanding. 7s are about spirituality, intellect, personal growth. Personal growth we're really feeling from this awakening and this conscious evolution. So we have loneliness, which is this tower energy. I'm just looking out with binoculars. Everything seems frozen. 28. Or the number 10 coming through again. 10 is more sun energy. Lots of sun here. We see the frozen sun melts this frozenness. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of sort of sword energy from this ice and Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. So heavy Aquarius and Libra coming through this reading. And of course, Uranus is entering Gemini. So yes, we'd definitely be feeling that. Okay, so let's put it all together. You guys can go ahead straight away to the channeled message as I tap into this energy so I can read what your unexpected blessing will be here. Six spades, which is 6 swords. Okay, we didn't talk about that. So 6 swords would be moving out of difficulty. Okay, beautiful pile number 1. This one message here, will peel it back, okay? I do feel it is in regards to something that's not working very well in regards to a connection with someone is how it's coming through. Okay, but this could just be flow within self, like getting recalibrated within self. But I'm going to read it as there's someone else because I do feel like someone's behaving poorly or just somebody is I don't know, seems a little cold, you know? I feel like you feel out in the cold. You might feel isolated. You might feel alone. You might feel not understood. You might feel like a situation might be stagnant or stuck, or you might feel like it's difficult to penetrate through to get any sort of maybe traction or success here, or find some form of balance. Okay. You're heavily divinely guided throughout this process. And I do feel like there's a lot happening within your energy. Okay, you could flip roles if this isn't you, it's someone else, whatever. But I do feel like I'm reading for the person here who is going through some form of heavy guidance. Okay, and when we're in this like guidance energy, we're protected from anything that sort of might veer us off. And so I feel like whoever you're dealing with here has been very challenging, like I say. And I do feel like it's been many things, but one thing that for sure that Spirit is showing is the transformation is happening on both sides of the equation here with you and this person, okay, or the more challenging part. There's the sun coming through, and so your unexpected blessing, the sun is representing awareness, clarity, joy, and warmth. Anything that was in the shadow, not understood, not seen, stuck, frozen, cold, isolated, is the sun is coming through to provide warmth, to provide clarity so that things can flow and come into balance. Okay. And so I feel like this is really being generated from within you, because I feel like there's a certain shift within you that comes into an awareness. We have be, how can I know myself is absolute? And we have I am. Okay, so there is some energy that's very organically, naturally you, with this naked divine feminine energy that is totally comfortable in encapsulating all that she is, everything she is here, okay, throughout a healing process. I feel like Spirit's really talking about, with this divine guidance and this angel and this Akashic records, there is a process that's been unfolding, shedding of the old version of self, parts of self that might have needed to fall away in order for the new to be born. That has been through quite the process here. Okay. And I do feel with the Libra energy I'm feeling here, it is in a romantic relationship. Okay. So only through connecting and going through maybe intimate relationships when it comes to bonding, like intimacy, or becoming very intimate with ourselves and seeing the greatest parts of ourselves that might have been very challenged, blocked, stuck. Okay, so I feel like there's it's like twofold, because I feel like we might have been dealing with the, external circumstances, people that have been challenging for sure. But I feel like it was really to highlight something within us that's been very stuck, something within us that was needing to be shed or released or accepted or integrated. And so this is what's becoming revealed to you. So there's an energy here of being empowered to take proper action. There's an energy here of being able to speak authentically and bond and speak truths and connect. There's an energy here of not being derailed by someone else's ego or someone else's shadow or someone else's, like maybe tendency to try to bully you, maybe potentially, or like if somebody seemed more strong in their conviction or their decisions, or their overpowering maybe your own choices, your choices that are more aligned with something that's more centered to you. Because I do feel like there's been someone in your energy field that's been sort of around, clinging to you and feeling very, like I said, like cold, where you felt like there seems to be space here. There seems to be this person's cold. There seems to be a lack of bonding is what it seems like here. So if we're in a relationship, it's like a stuck relationship that's just, we can't connect deep or something like this. Or maybe we haven't been in a relationship and it's like all the people I've been sort of dealing with here have been in one energy, but it's a reflection of what's going on inside of us. And so I feel like there's a reconciliation, okay? A reconciliation that happens within self, a balance within self, and then a reconciliation that could certainly happen with a relationship or a partner or a situation that might have been very difficult, challenging, stuck. Okay, now harmony. We find a way to work together, to work through challenge. And really what's strong here is the balance of this, because I feel like this could be a very highly intense sort of connection here. Someone could be very heavy in ego. They could be very explosive. They could be like sometimes a bull in a china shop. And so there could be a lot of explosive energy. There could be taking it to extreme. So I feel like with this indecision and this decision, I feel like if things were frozen, stuck, maybe you were waiting to see something or hear something or understand something, I think this is what's becoming revealed to you. I do feel for a lot of you guys, it's kind of like you're peering into a situation. I was like an observer. And I don't feel it's been pleasant, because it's like you feeling on the outs is what I feel. This is coming to an end. And I feel like what is a big blessing here is your ability to be unapologetically yourself, completely okay and balanced. And I feel like whatever it was that was within your energy that was maybe being reflected in the situation, this is falling away. This is now being seen or highlighted. And so I do feel like this allows the situation to flow. This also allows, maybe if you were dealing with someone who was not stepping up or not being able to I don't know, like cooperate is what I feel. I feel like there's a cooperation. And I do feel like like egos were flared. Egos were getting in the way. Pride might have been getting in the way. Arrogance, that sort of thing. And I don't feel it is yours, but I do feel like the mirroring here was highlighting another ego potentially within yourself. Again, you could switch the roles. So it could be someone else's arrogance, maybe makes me feel like I have to bend to their will, or, there's something about needing to find balance and harmony within self so that a situation could find balance and harmony. And whatever was sort of stuck at a crossroads here, like I said, or if there was someone you're waiting for some form of a decision, some form of clarity, some progress, this is coming to light. And I do feel like there will be a rewarding conversation, bonding moment, or connection here where things will be shared. But I feel like there's a warmth here with the sun and this teapot. It's like nothing like understanding the truth, or nothing like understanding, even if it is a challenge with this obstacle, what we're dealing with here. And so we alleviate like 99% of the issue here with this ability to speak truth, see truths, understand what obstacles we're sort of dealing with. Because I think a big part of this problem was feeling very alone or isolated, or like you were on this on your own, even though you were heavily guided and protected. Here it's like feeling alone. That's all I can say. So this Uranus energy is bringing in a major shift in this connection, in this situation. But I think the shift is happening from within your ability to release the things or the energy within yourself that might have kept up this obstacle, or might have kept the energy flow of this connection maybe how it has been for some time, And I feel like there's this two worlds learning how to get along, or two people learning how to understand each other and communicate, and maybe by actually listening to each other for the first time, without the eyes of the ego or the veil of the arrogance or the trauma, because there is a authenticity coming through, and then there is being able to understand each other, and then being able to work together to find a way to find balance and harmony, to find some form of success together. And so the success here is assured. There's also this working towards a greater goal with this service, okay, and then enjoying this. But then Spirit is talking about remaining balanced. And I'm also being really drawn to this teapot again, because I'm feeling like this teapot, one's facing one way, one's facing the other. I feel like the importance here is both sides, being able to sort of spill the tea or be authentic and speak truth in order to bond or connect. There's no withholding. There's no stuffing it within, keeping it inside, feeling safe enough, warm enough to be able to share with another. And I can't stress enough, the change from within, because this, how can I know myself as absolute, is you find a complete, solid understanding and centering point within yourself that doesn't pull you to who you're not. There's a conviction about, this is the truth of myself. This is me, again, unapologetically me, how I'm feeling, maybe what I'm thinking, but I'm seeing it clearly for the first time, and I'm accepting it, not as something that needs to be changed, or not as something that, I need to twist myself into a pretzel to accommodate or appease another, or to put on some other sort of face. There is this revealing of self that is totally centered and at peace. And then I feel like there's a layer here of this Akashic records, and this moving forward towards creating some sort of success in the world, because there is a divine guidance here. Okay, with the Chariot energy, the Chariot here. So I'm seeing this success, this movement, this balancing throughout this next part of this journey that's been very stuck and isolated for you. And I feel like whoever you were dealing with might have also felt very isolated out of maybe their own sort of pushing of people away, or we could have both been pushing people away. There's a loneliness, there's not letting people in, there's feeling very isolated, there's feeling, like maybe very cold, And some of you guys, if there's not a relationship, like I said, if it's yourself coming into some form of balance and awareness, it's you might have been in the corporate world, you might have been navigating through this matrix world, and it's feeling not understood or connected to, and it's I'm off on this good divinely guided journey to provide service to the collective, more in line with my truest representation of who I am. And I feel like I said, with this older woman, it's through an experience of this journey already, that we are wiser, that we know more of ourselves, that we were able to find balance and understand our truths, but connecting with the divine, not through the eyes again of the veil of the ego, where we wanted control, or where we wanted to maybe attain some form of victory, or our actions were in line with different intentions. It's I'm now awakened to what my true authentic energy is, and my true authentic purpose. And I am able to accept this. So there's a form of surrender here, but it brings this warmth and this clarity and this peace. Not when we surrender, and it's sometimes it comes with this I don't know, it feels lower, like we're just had to hit sort of a rock bottom to surrender. This feels more like at a high, like because I'm at a high, I'm totally surrendered. Because I'm at a feeling of acceptance here and truly sort of feeling liberated. Now I'm in a surrendered energy. I'm in flow with the universe. And so now I'm open with whatever the universe is going to deliver to me. And the universe is delivering this flow of whatever this is that's been very stuck and dark and cold and lonely, you know, and full of like ego, shadow, other people's shadows too, maybe being projected onto you or being fully experienced by you. So yeah, this is what I see, pile number one. Wow. This is a beautiful energy. This is also talking about your empowerment. So there is definitely action to be had by you, but I feel like this action is more in line with proper action, you know, what you're being called to do, rather than maybe defensive action or like action that's trying to resist reality or force outcome in some way. But this is like, I'm in line with flow and I am going to take proper action. And I can see clearly the action that I'm being called to take. And I feel confident in myself to take this action, that it's not out of an ego drive or an ego driven sort of need for anything here. It's very balanced, and it does promise success and harmony here. And like I said, a relationship or an outcome here. Okay, so, and there's a lot of emotion with the whale. I feel there's a lot of depth of emotion. Even with the teapots, I'm feeling a lot of depth with emotion, but it's not bottled up. I feel like it is being shared. And it could be that, you know, maybe at one point there was intensity here. Maybe it got burnt by steam, because there could certainly still be a lot of intensity. There's so much sun here. I'm seeing steam, the heat. Okay, and I think this is why there was a need for balance. But then it's like it's cold or it's too hot, you know? So what's the middle ground? I feel like we're finding a middle ground here. So we're not getting burnt and we're not getting sort of frozen out. So let's pull some tarot and see. Spirits for beautiful pile one. Can we just see what is this unexpected blessing coming in for pile number one with this Uranus shift into Gemini? What is this unexpected blessing for pile one? What did I miss? Or what more needs to be communicated here for pile one? Any questions they have regarding this reading that we can clear up or answer for pile one? Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile number one. Thank you so much, pile one, for allowing me to tap into your energy, the energy around you at this time. I'm so blessed to be here doing your reading. What did we miss? And what do they need to know about this unexpected blessing? Empress in reverse, Queen of Pentacles. So we have Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and then Taurus, Libra energy. We have Death in reverse, Scorpio energy. I'm going to just move this up so we can put cards below it. Okay, so why is this Queen of Pentacles here? And we have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. Why is this Empress in reverse? Oops, well, I'll just throw in the cards. So we have the Moon in reverse, and this one's kind of not wanting me to put it down there. So why is this Death card in reverse? So Lovers. For a lot of you guys, like I said, this is very, very significant. Akashic records. Okay, your lover's path. Again, lovers, it could definitely be like, you know, our divine partner, or divine purpose, or divine calling. Like, it doesn't have to necessarily be a purpose, but there's a choice here. Okay, like we read in the cherries. So we have the High Priestess in reverse, or in the sideways position, and then we have the Knight of Cups, and under that we have the Two Cups. Don't read bottom of the deck reverse, so I flipped it. So, okay, a lot of you guys is a relationship, and I'm going to stick to sort of how I've been reading with the relationship, okay? But it's like the Akashic record is your destined path, partner, place to go. It has your heart. It's your heart's calling here. We haven't been able to move because for whatever reason, We had obstacles, we had darkness, we had shadow, we have egos, we had something we were being divinely guided to shed, to understand, to heal before movement, you know? And so I feel like whatever was not revealed to you will soon be revealed. We've been in the dark. We have been in the dark, frozen, cold, not understanding and not seeing, you know, intuitively guided, but not fully there yet. And so I feel like Spirit is saying we're coming out of this period of where we couldn't see, period where there was love maybe withheld. There was a period where we might have not have been able to have flow in the giving and the receiving because maybe we lacked boundaries, maybe we lacked self-love, maybe other people we were dealing with had blocks as well. And so there was this fear or the subconscious wounding or need for healing. Okay, I'm feeling this cold energy again coming through from this, you know, and the moonlight is like, it's dark, it's cold. It's casting shadows. The Empress in reverse. It's cold. It's not warm. This has been stuck for some time. There is a release and there is a transformation here. Okay. Major, 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 major arcana. This is the universe and major saying, I have the wheel in regards to this path that has been very stuck, opening up for the right time in order for there to be harmony. Okay. And balance with the 2 cups. What you had to do or have been doing is release the 8 swords, all the limiting thoughts, whatever mind prison you've been in. Okay, these are egos, these are fears, these are thoughts that hold us back. Okay, we're really not necessarily held back, but we can't move because we're still frozen by these. And so I feel like you're graduating into this beautiful energy of groundedness, balance, practicality here in the 3D world. It's like wherever I might have been, you know, like drifting off or in maybe heavy in my mind or maybe heavy in emotions or driven by like certain things that were not maybe grounded or were not manifesting for me. This is Spirit guaranteeing you the 3D world is coming into balance. You're becoming grounded. You're able to rely on all that you are. Okay, be all that you are, knowing you're absolute because it's revealed and reflected to you in the 3D. So there is no more guessing. There is just accepting. Okay, and once you accept, Spirit's really talking about wherever it was stuck, turning in order to bring balance and harmony. And you could certainly be dealing with someone, like I said, that would be coming in who's now able to, you know, like I said, spill the tea. I was saying the 2 teacups or teacups, 2 teapots. Okay, pouring into each other. That's this 2 cups that I'm seeing and feeling. Okay, but I feel like we have to be open there. We have to be willing to express ourselves. We have to be willing to open up and we have to be willing to receive. Not from the eyes of the ego, but from the eyes of acceptance, you know? And so this is why this energy is flowing with this Uranus energy. And so whatever was not seen or understood or still a mystery or still needing to be transmuted in the subconscious is being flushed out, is being shown, is being worked on, is being understood. And all that remains is a beautiful, pathway of the lovers so that we can experience whatever it's going to be like that. Experience this Akashic record, which is really destiny's been written for me down this way, down this path, down this experience. Okay, you would know this is your reading because you have been on this like divinely guided path that's been very hard to miss, you know, very hard to miss. So, gorgeous angels, this is what I have for you guys. We have Gemini, Scorpio, Pisces, and Taurus, Libra, Virgo, Gemini, Capricorn, and Cancer. All right, I will see you guys later. All right, bye-bye. Hello, gorgeous angels. Pile number 2, you guys picked the icosahedron. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's the Divine Feminine, card number 21. And we're looking at what sort of unexpected blessings are coming to you with this shift of Uranus into Gemini. And this is happening or has been happening since July 7th. Okay, all my readings are timeless. So if you're coming here outside of that window and this reading resonates, then you were meant to find this reading. Okay, so do not get hung up on stuff that are fixed like this, okay? This energy is not fixed. But do use your intuition, which you'll see, feel, or hear to determine whether this is your reading or not. The only way to do that is to tap into your intuition. You could sit through this card layout, okay, because this is unexpected. This might be difficult to know whether it's your blessing or not, okay? So very important you tap into your own intuition. If you want to go straight away to the channel message, I will put a timestamp below and it will take you directly to that. So we have the Divine Feminine, we have 5 with art. So 5 is all about conflict, change, rebuild, challenge. Okay, this art piece looks like a bunch of water sort of coming out. So water could represent emotions, which is definitely Divine Feminine energy, but this is all framed in here. So art is creative energy. It could be sexual energy with the art. Okay, so we have purse. Pay attention to your finances. Now, we won't take words literally, but this could definitely be talking pentacles with all this pentacle energy. And pentacles could talk about the practical world, the material world, could be your finances, your resources. Okay, purple could be talking about spiritual energy as well. So we see spiritual, we see these pentacles sort of spilling out. Something being manifested maybe from the ethers here. Spilling out, I'm seeing spilling out of water. So maybe with this even attention, you know, like be conscious, maybe be conscious of what we're spilling out there emotionally or into the pentacle realm. What are we manifesting? Let's see, we have bowl, plenty of material things. Yeah, so we were feeling material here. And this is like a bunch of fruit. So a lot of abundance here. A bowl could be the cup, you know, and the tarot, a bowl is a cup. So that's emotions. Again, I'm feeling the material and then I'm feeling the emotional. So it's like the practical manifestation of some form of feeling. Okay, and then we have wind chimes, peace and harmony. So I am getting Gemini, Libra, Aquarius with the wind chime. But wind chimes make noise. So is there's about how we're communicating something here in order to find peace and harmony. Okay, and then we have the key 33 or the 8 of diamonds, which is 8 pentacle. 8 pentacle is the work card, the dedication, the commitment, the effort. Okay, chop wood, carry water. It's like our day in, day out, staying to task, staying focused. The key is about having information or knowledge that allows us to open maybe the door to a new reality, a new experience, newer understanding maybe. That allows there to be a new experience. So 33 is about reproduction. This is this divine feminine, this art energy, creativity, art energy, humor, Christ consciousness, joy. Okay, it's about harmony. Harmony, peace and harmony. That came out for pile 1 if some of you guys were called for 1. Okay, so we have oh my goodness, I was about to say isolation. This is consolidation. This is giving me the 8 pentacle look. The way he's sitting there. Consolidation. See a little angel coming in with some sort of offering that says good, and then an olive branch. Consolidation. Okay, not isolation. We have the tent, 37. Or the number 10. 10s are about completions, ends of cycle, transformation. Also Wheel of Fortune, which is a turn of events. And also sun energy, which is about clarity, certainty, joy. But the 10th could talk about temporary situations, you know, transient things, things that aren't set, not secure. It will pass in some way. Okay, and then we have 9 with principle, and we have Jupiter in Sagittarius. So I'm getting the Hierophant's hat here, principle. So I am getting some Taurus energy. We see the sun and the moon, masculine, feminine. Taurus with the Hierophant's hat, like I said, Hierophant could talk about you know, like hierarchies or like education, higher levels of commitments, structures, tradition, principle. Jupiter's that Wheel of Fortune energy where we're getting, and then Sagittarius is definitely taking aim, and potentially I'm getting that, again, that creator energy, reproduction. Okay, and then we have 9. So 99 could be an angel number you're seeing. 99 is a master number, being the change you wish to see and helping humanity to release what no longer works. So dances on one foot, balancing act. So I'm seeing 2 pentacles here, you know, trying to maybe make ends meet financially in some way here. Make do with what we have, dancing on one foot. Balancing act. Okay, and then we have, oh my gosh, remember said chop wood, carry water. We're seeing literally chopping wood here. So I'm getting that 8 pentacle energy again. Like this is very, very, very tiring. Anyone who's chopped wood knows, and look how much wood is there. It's like all of this effort, all of this energy is taking some time, some effort. We're tired and we haven't used it yet. So am I going to use this? Have I over chopped? Like we're preparing, you know, but we haven't reaped the rewards of the fire yet. We've just put in the elbow work, I feel here. Consolidation, tent, temporary. Okay. Principle. Okay, we see the owl and this gentleman. The owl, you know, flies away and then we call it back to us. Snow owl. Look how big that owl is. Owls talk about wisdom. I'm getting this key energy, you know. Being one with our wisdom or calling something in. And look his white hair. So like I feel like, you know, when we are at something for some time, like, you know, we can say, well, I've been at it for so long, like my hair is turning white. I feel like we've been at something for some time, like put in a lot of energy and effort. Something's about to be revealed or understood by us, which is, what was this all for, you know? Wow. Yeah. Because I feel like whatever we're experiencing, there might be some sort of temporary thing that we've had to sacrifice, or I'm feeling Saturn energy, commit myself to something that had no promising certainty, which was this balancing act, you know, do without this in order to gain this, which could have made us feel a little bit like uncertain about whether this was going to manifest or materialize. So 4, house of the subconscious. So the 4th house, I'll let you take a picture of this, okay, is all about home, roots, family, self-care, emotions, foundations, mother, children, women, femininity. Can you guys see that? Yeah, right there. And so we see traditions here. We see the Hierophant here. This woman energy, like I said, and emotions. Divine feminine, we have emotions. Okay. And then we have more owl energy. I'm feeling a lot of Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay. Queen of Swords energy from this owl. This says here, and it says great horned owl. What am I listening for? What am I listening for? Okay. No, let's do this. Because we will put the tarot here when we're ready. So you can go click straight away on the channeled message, and I'm going to sit here with this energy so I could channel this for you. Okay, wow, beautiful. Pile number 2. You've been at something, and I think you've made a great commitment, and it's taken a lot of your energy, a lot of your time, a lot of your endurance, and no guarantees and no promises of anything. You know, we might have even been getting very emotional or very like skeptical, or even like, will this pay off in some way? because I do feel like you had a vision of something and maybe you were highly called and guided to do this, or just trusted that something would emerge of this. But like, how much trust do we have, and when do we sort of pull the plug, because I feel you've been at it for a long time. I feel like, one, you're getting a confirmation here from the divine that you've done absolutely perfect. Like, there is nothing here that you could have done or should have done differently. And I feel like you really lined things up beautifully here. Okay, even if it might have felt to you like it wasn't squared away, or it wasn't exactly right, or maybe there was doubt in it, or just you did it and it was like, oh, I don't know, like, is this enough, or is it good? It's like, yes, this is like, wow, like, spirit is blown away by your energy and your effort. Okay, and I don't normally like toot people's horns here, so this is a very strong energy of you are absolutely in a position here that's done exactly as more above and beyond what spirit was even requiring you to do. But there is this promise of something coming in towards you, some form of messaging or understanding, information, communication, or some opportunity that comes to you. Okay. And I feel like you already know, or were waiting for this in some way. So it's not really unexpected, but it kind of is, because I feel like this, what comes in is like you kind of knew or intuited or sensed something, but not the grandness or the severity or the realness of what comes to you. I don't know what other words to put towards this thing, but I feel like you've been planning for your own legacy and to create some form of stability, some form of security, some form of something that could be built upon, like your own legacy here. Okay, I do feel it's a creative thing or a investment of something that really, really, really speaks to you. And I feel like it's manifesting it in the 3D. Like, what do I need to do to make it a reality? And marrying the two in some way, because it's like, if our emotions sort of take us in one way, it's like, it can't guarantee anything. It's like, am I just, I love to paint, so I sit there by the waterside painting all these pictures, but I can't, feed myself, or I can't make of it anything, but it's like, I love to do this. It's like marrying the two to find really a manifestation here on the 3D that is successful, that is secure, that is going to sustain you. And I feel like spirit is saying this is going to sustain you, and it's going to be overly abundant. It's going to be plenty of things for you, soul food for you, feeding that part of your psyche, that part of your soul, that part of your desire to be fulfilled, and also in a practical way here. Okay, so I feel like spirit is saying, like, we've invested a lot of ourselves, a lot of our time, a lot of our trust, extending it towards what we have been doing, not knowing whether there was a guarantee or not. Spirit is really talking about this thing becoming very much evident to you, that it is all coming together, all loose ends, all up in the air, things that didn't seem clear just yet is coming together. It's all being shown to you what it was all for. There is no more like little parts that are seemingly open-ended and we're not sure, because I do feel like a two pentacle, like I said, it's like a balancing act. Like, I have to take from there to give to there. I have to rob from Peter to pay Paul. And, it's like, it wasn't fully making full sense as to where was this all going to lead me to, and what was going to manifest, and is this even worthy, and how much of this is going to be successful, and all of these questions we could have. We're transitioning now to seeing the reality of this whole thing. I feel like you're then going to be even on another level of being completely devoted and committed to this thing, because it's becoming a reality. I mean, it's always been real to you because you've been putting your time in towards this thing, but the more we sort of see it manifest, I feel like it opens up this new energy within you, because now it's like allowing ourselves to be even more creative, allowing ourselves to trust in that flow, and being able to just trust ourselves to be able to develop that in a way that is constructive. Okay, but I feel like the big blessing, it comes to you. It's like, I don't know how and what form. And I think why it doesn't show is because for all of us, it is definitely something different. But it's like if we were waiting for the big moment or like that to be communicated or cleared up or certain or confirmed in some way, it's like you can't miss it. It comes in and it's like, oh, like everything becomes more clear. Everything now, I don't know, it's like maybe the one missing piece we were waiting for. And it's like everything's in place. Everything is sort of already aligned. And it's like, but I can't. Okay, this is a good example. Let's say we were saving for a car and we needed the right type of car and we needed roads to drive on and we needed all of this and we needed gas. And so we have everything, but we didn't have our driver's license. It's like, well, the car is not going to go anywhere. So literally you could have been waiting on your license for something or waiting for your degree or your doctorate or your papers or your certification or your classification. It's like, I have all this stuff on my platform. Maybe I have my clients. Maybe I have my shop. I have all of this stuff that I've been trying to do, and I have things on sort of loan and I have, I don't know, like all of these things that are like dependent on this thing coming in. Maybe we're waiting for a visa. Maybe we were waiting for citizenship. Maybe we were waiting for something here. This comes. Okay. And I feel like it's the next phase in this exploration of what this is. And it is truly, truly rewarding and abundant. So I feel like if you are needing more resources, it's going to be something that it becomes available to you. And I do feel like whatever you are needing to hear and know, it comes. And you will be guided in the next steps, because I feel like maybe then we're like, okay, now what? It's like, no, you'll be shown. And it's almost like getting what we want and then being like, like, is that like, now I got to worry about, what's next here. And it's like, but you'll be shown. Because maybe a part of us wasn't expecting to hear or see, the answer or that thing for the next stage here. So luck is not necessarily what this is talking about, but it's like divine timing that seems almost lucky because everything lined up perfectly. Everything unfolded perfectly. It's like, you can't help but say, wow, there must be some form of like luck behind this, or like, I don't know, like serendipity, it's like all aligned perfectly. So I don't know, a lot of you guys, the creative project, the ability for you to put your masterpiece together. I'm feeling a great masterpiece. This came through one of my readings quite a while ago, some creative thing that's unique to you. It's really driven by your soul here, and you were really called to put this together. But in order to do this thing, it took a lot of sacrifice, a lot of trust, and a lot of patience, a lot of compassion. And maybe you felt like you didn't have it in you, like, because there was no end goal. There was no real certainty. So let's see, Spirit, what am I missing here for Pile 2? Like, what is this unexpected blessing that's coming through with the Uranus energy into Gemini? What is this unexpected blessing? What did I miss? What questions do they still have? We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So something felt like it couldn't move forward in the practical world. Like I said, if we don't have the license, it's like it just sits there, It's like I'm staring at it, but it can't move. It can't go anywhere. Hermit in reverse. And the Six of Wands in reverse. So Virgo energy, Hermit in reverse could certainly be, where we've been in a period sort of removed, isolated, following our North Star. And now we're sort of coming out of this period where we felt like I haven't had my victory. I haven't seen, I haven't been in the spotlight or celebrated for this thing that I've been so devoted to. And a lot of you guys, it could be in with the public or working with the community, other people sort of seeing you, maybe being in the limelight in some way. Okay. But I feel like it hasn't been experienced just yet by you. The Star in reverse. Yeah. A lot of you guys might have even been like, okay, Will this happen? I give up, like losing hope, not seeing how it would happen. How will I ever get there? Seeming like it's so much in the distance. We have Aquarius energy. It's like it's too far away. I'll never get there. I'll never attain stardom. So definitely giving me stardom energy, you know? Yeah. Strength in reverse. Losing confidence. There's the great old truth coming in with this great horned owl. Seeing and understanding the truth. A new beginning. And there's the hangman. And we have 10 swords. And we have the Queen of Swords, which is really feeling from these owls. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So, beautiful people. You guys have been dealing, I feel like it has been painful. I don't see the Two Pentacle, but I was really feeling Two Pentacle from that. And the Two Pentacles, like, trying to really, 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 like, struggle here. You know, the struggle has come to an end. We can no longer go down the path of the struggle. Okay, you've learned what you needed to learn here. This owl is all about the wisdom. This Queen of Swords, she has wisdom. Through experience, she understands. She sees the truth. She's able to walk and talk a truth based on an experience. Okay, so she sees clearly now. And I feel like what Spirit is talking about is the end of the stagnation. There is going to be this energy of you finally understanding and seeing whatever was supposed to be revealed to you. And so this is why there was a period of maybe feeling removed or paused, or things weren't sort of being revealed. And so the longer we were here, the less sort of hope we had in this transpiring. Spirit's saying this will be revealed and understood by you. The truth is coming to the surface here. Okay, so Pisces energy here. I feel like, here, I'm going to put this here. I feel like we need to do a little bit more here. Spirit, what is this hangman energy about? Like, I don't know if you hear something here. Well, you definitely hear something. It comes to you, but do you have an understanding for what? Like, does this change? How does this change? How does this situation change then for pile number 2? 3 swords. I definitely feel that's where you were sitting. Here's the King of Wands, confidence. So that's the 10 swords, 3 swords is like hitting essentially rock bottom, you know, where we just are, there's only one way but up, because we've experienced a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, lots we had to heal from. New beginning with the Ace of Cups. So we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, and we have the 10 of Cups, the Ace of Wands, another new beginning. So we have Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands. And here I'm feeling a lot of the Pentacle energy. What else do we have? 5 of Pentacles in reverse, the Temperance, and that's this energy, the 9 Wands. Haven't given up. There's the Ace of Pentacles, like I said. Okay, beautiful angel. Whatever you were doing, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, like I'm so tired reading the spread. It's taken so much out of you. You haven't given up. It's so rewarding because you're having a new beginning, okay? A tangible new beginning that's going to open up for you. I feel like Spirit is really talking about, we have been down and out. We have been on the opposite side in order to know what it's like to experience the sweet, you know? To experience the light, we have to sort of experience the darkness. I feel like you're going to be on the other end. You are needing to heal certain things. You need to understand certain things. Certain wisdom was supposed to come to you in order for you to be successful at this thing, whatever this thing was. Spirit is assuring you happily ever after here, emotionally, and able to fulfill something here with another, because 10 Cups is about family, is about coming together with another, okay? So from A to Z, which means my own happiness, my own creativity, my own what matters to me, what speaks to me, I start there and I'm able to share it with the world, share it with my family, share it with the ones I love, share it with the collective. It's like A to Z, whatever your vision was, okay? It's assured here. The Spirit is really acknowledging the suffering, the pain, whatever you have been experiencing is coming to change you. It has changed you. It's been working with you in order for you to gain your confidence, in order for you to understand your vision, and do what you need to do for your vision so you can navigate through this successfully, so you could heal and find balance and have the tools that you need in order for you to show up in this creative project the way you were needing to be shown or show up in. Okay, so whatever you were experiencing, because I feel like it wasn't paying your bills, it wasn't paying enough, or there was lack. Okay, abundance was not happening in that experience for a reason. And so we could have said, well, what do you mean, the universe is all abundant? What do you mean there's everything that could be manifested for me, when all you're experiencing was the more you were doing, it seemed like the more you were investing and nothing was coming out of it. Spirit is saying this will shift, this will change. Okay, this is coming to an end. You're going to be in an energy that has learned and understood what you were needing to learn and understand to build the confidence so that you can drive this project or whatever this creative thing is. Okay, this is giving me art energy again, creator. And I feel like you're putting something together, and when you put it together, it's giving birth with this divine feminine into the collective. And then the collective can't be the same. It's like you've birthed this thing. It's now in the 3D world. And it's going to get you out of any sort of lack, get you out of any sort of state that hasn't been pleasant here. Okay, and it will be rewarding for you. This is a solid, tangible manifestation where the universe comes and just grants you what you're needing to be granted here. So I don't know how long you've been in a star reverse, but I do feel like maybe we started feeling star reverse, like this will never happen. It's too far away. I'm not going to see this come into fruition, and we started losing hope. And I feel like Spirit is talking about the healing that needed to happen. There was something that needed to be healed, something that needed to be understood, something that needed to process in order for there to be a solid understanding, a closing out of this so there could be a new beginning. Okay, that's what you're guaranteed here, beautiful angel. This is the unexpected blessing coming towards you. Okay, and so it's just coming to you. Like, look at the universe. This angel is like delivering the goods to this person. His hands are open. It's just delivering. Okay, it's coming to you. You just got to be open to seeing and hearing. Okay, and it's flying to you, coming directly to you. There is no chasing. There is no more need to chop wood. There's no more nothing you need to do. Okay, in fact, this King of Wands is ready. He's just looking at his 3 swords. And so I feel like maybe right now you're empty-handed looking at your 3 swords. Like I just got to now repair my finances, or I just got to come out of the state now. And you're thinking, okay, well, at least maybe I'm out of the 3 swords, or I'm no longer in a 5 pentacle. Okay, and so, but you're this King of Wands now. I don't know if I called you King of Pentacles. You're this King of Wands. You've been this 9 Wands. You've gone through the battle. And Spirit's saying, no, that's not it. That was just laying the groundwork. Everything now that transpires from this is positive, is the road of happiness, fulfillment. Okay, you're embodying this beautiful King of Wands energy now because of this trial and tribulation and all of this stuff. So just trust the divine here is guiding you and leading you. Okay, this will be shown to you. So, beautiful angel, this is your reading. I hope this helped you, and I will see you at the next one. All right, bye-bye. Hello, pile number 3. You guys picked the hexahedron with nurture and create, number 17. So I'm getting strong Aquarius energy from the 17. That is star energy in the tarot. Okay, it's also 8, which is strength in the tarot, which is courage, confidence, movement, change, attainment. Okay, 8s are all about authority, manifestation, leadership, abundance, goals. So let's take a look at what we're seeing here. We're asking the divine for pile 3. What is this unexpected blessing coming in with the Uranus energy moving into, or the planet moving into Gemini? Okay, so let's see. And because this is sort of unexpected, best way to know whether this is your messaging is to tap into your intuition throughout this card layout. What you'll see, feel, or hear to determine whether this pile makes sense to you. Okay, but if you're in tune with your intuition, you can go straight away to the channeled message, put a timestamp down below, and let's see what Spirit wants to communicate in regards to this unexpected blessing. Now, I do know you guys got way more cards than any other pile here, so Let's see, more abundance, maybe a bigger message. Let's see what's coming through. So lay of the land, ancestral wisdom, 34, or the number 7. Wow, lay of the land. And look, she's like standing on top of that mountain. I don't know, is that a sun or a moon? Lay of the land. And we have 19 with doctors. So, oh my goodness, Linda. So doctors, oh, look at all these people sort of surrounding her, and she's naked, and he has a magnifying glass. And there's this weird, what are those record players called from the olden days? Okay, 19 is sun. Sun is divine masculine energy. Doctors. Okay, this is from the Dream Interpretation Oracle. This guy's kind of looking a little bit Hierophant-ish. So I'm getting some Taurus, some Leo energy from this. Okay. What are those record players called again? Let's just start with an R. Forget. Okay, and then we have a 4-leaf clover. Great, good fortune. So I don't take words literally so much, okay? But to the clover and the Lenormand cards are about success. It's kind of like Jupiter energy, Wheel of Fortune energy, all about luck turning. That's the most positive card in the Lenormand. So this is a 4-leaf clover. Obviously, when you find a 4-leaf clover, you can expect lucky things. Doctors could be talking about health here. Okay, and then we have the tortoise. It's a slowly but surely getting ahead. So the tortoise is protection, longevity. Okay, and then we have coffin, 9 of diamonds, which is 9 pentacles. Okay, 9 pentacles is the self card, self-confidence, self-abundance, self-assurance. 8, again, so we had an 8th over here. But the coffin talks about endings. So there can be new beginnings. Looks like a sardine can. So maybe something was cramping our style, something being revealed maybe. Whatever was cramping our style may be coming to an end. Are some of you guys pregnant? Could be a metaphor here for something. Look at the ring. Oh my goodness, 25 or the number 7. So we have 2 7s. 77's a master number. Trust, the fall, an adventure that arises from deep wisdom, trust of life, and trust of self. That's this 9 pentacle. Okay, so ring, Ace of clubs. That's Ace of wands energy. New beginning, inspired new beginning. That's the fire, the will, the drive. A ring can talk about commitment, could talk about contracts, maybe making something official or committing to something officially. Okay, and then we have 40. 4 is the number of structure, foundation, stability. We have family here. Okay, mindful, group think. I was feeling sardine can, which could definitely be full. This is mindful, group think. So when there's group think, it's like what? Like thinking like everyone else, having to maybe fulfill everyone else's idea. We see a key. Keys are all about answers, solutions, understandings, knowledge, a bunch of trees, and a clock. Could be talking about divine timing here. A parasol or some form of an umbrella, which could talk about this protection. I don't know what that is. A cat sitting on a chimney. Looking at the light. Okay, so cats could talk about independence. That's this 9 pentacle energy with this cat. Some of you guys might like sardines. You guys like sardines or tuna? You're tuna fish. Okay, and then we have this oracle card with this lady who looks like a very weathered. She looks weathered. She looks really creepy actually here, but I don't know, like her skin even looks like she's gone through fire in this one. Now, I don't know if it's wrinkles, but it kind of looks like a burn victim even. So what is getting Ace of Wands could talk about that fire. And look, Sorry, I know these channels might come through kind of odd, but okay. The fire's really coming through. Now, we saw this light, but look how bright it is, and that cat's like almost being engulfed by it. Okay, so it's like getting burnt by the fire, and this could be the sun, and this person's like right up against it. And then her face is like burnt. Okay, to me anyway, this is how I'm channeling it. So it's like, did we get burnt by the fire? You know, but I mean, the fire, this is like positive, like sun is the clarity, positive, but it's like, is it too intense? Is it too much? Is it cramping our style? The 9 pentacle here. Doctors. Okay, yes, sun energy here too. Like I said, divine masculine is sun. Sun could be completions and ends of cycle because it represents 10, you know, but it's success. Okay, and then we have this person who is climbing a tree with a, I don't know, tree belt? What is this? And so this energy of 9 pentacle, this cat energy is like doing it on their own. Like you don't see a crew here at all. It's like this person is doing something here on their own, but it could be something very dangerous. You know, when we climb a tree, like we should have a spot like to see if something happens here, but it's like very large, and this person like trusts themselves to maneuver what they're doing. There's a little sign we can't read on that tree. Trees are about stability. Okay. Health, we got doctors. Family, which we were getting from this group thing, so maybe many people around here. Okay, and then we have 6, the house of health again. So doctors, the 6th house is about health, fitness, systems, analytical nature, pets, work habits, organization, sense of usefulness, and even the service given. Okay, so I'll hold this up and you guys can pause it. So interesting, it says the house of bad fortune, but yet we have this 4-leaf clover here. Okay, well-being. Illness and injury, interesting. Doctors, diets. Okay, and look, nurture and create. Okay, and then we have with the Dick Sissel bird with warble. Am I singing my song? Okay, so I'm seeing sun energy again. Divine masculine. Birds are air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Birds can talk about communication. They can talk about others as well. So I was getting with this group, think other people, maybe. Getting a 5 wands energy, maybe other people, like other people's voice in our minds. Look at this sun energy in the background too, which I just noticed. More sun. Lots of sun here. Okay, Dick Sissel bird. Never heard of it, but am I singing my song? Yeah, like groupthink, what everyone else is saying, or my own individual song, my own authentic course, you know? What do I serve? Do I serve myself and my truth, or do I serve the community based on what they're expected of me? I have ancestral wisdom. So it's like a deeper understanding here of something. Okay. And then we have wife. Wow. Well, we have the ring and now we have the wife. And she's wearing yellow, solar plexus energy, and there's a child there. So it could be the inner child. We could have a family here. And we have merchant. Okay. And we have reunion. And she's also wearing yellow. So a reunion could be someone from the past, a reconciliation. Reunions, interesting. And then we have this angel. She looks like she's made of stone. So divine guidance. Number 2, I'm getting temperance energy from this 2 because balance and divine guidance. So 2s are about balance, duality, choices. And we have speculation, Jupiter in Cancer. So Cancer energy. And more of this Jupiter energy we're getting from the 4-leaf clover and all of this. 4, which is the number of stability. Emperor energy, more 4s. Okay, 44 is a master number. Integrity as a foundation, treating the earth as home and a temple. Manifestation and leadership with all the sun, for sure. Manifestation and leadership. Okay, so 4 is Emperor energy. Aries energy is also death energy, which is Scorpio transformation. Okay, let me tap into this, and it will channel this. If you want to go straight away to your message, you can go ahead and click on the channeled message. I need to look at this card, but it has nudity, so I'm just going to pull it over here. He's listening with a stethoscope to her stomach, and she's has no shirt, but I don't know. She's playing some, what's this called again? Forget what the record player's called. Okay, let me keep going. She's listening and he's singing my own song. Okay, beautiful pile number 3. I don't know for sure because there's lots of messages sort of jumbled up here, so we're going to unpack this, okay? Take the messages that resonate for your story specifically. I'll try to stick to the ones that are like common in all of them, like throughout this thing, but there might be specific ones that are just for certain people, okay? Yeah, and if this isn't your energy, it could definitely be energy around you, so just apply it accordingly, and we'll pull some tarot. It might become very clear here. I feel like there is an energy, and I'll call it your energy, of doing things sort of in a way that gets you an outcome that you feel comfortable with, that has been getting you your, I don't know, whatever fulfillment, whatever's been happening in your world, it's been happening due to how you've been engaged. But I feel like there is this way of engagement that you might have been dressing up as your own. Okay, as your own, meaning this is my own idea. This is what I feel has been generated from within me. But it's really been an energy of potentially something that you have been adapted into or started to carry as your own. But it hasn't really necessarily been your own. And now it's like people expect this of me, or this is what has been expected of me. It could be that it's coming from like through generational upbringing, you know, my parents expected this from me, or just my family expected this from me, or my friends expected this from me, whatever this has been. I feel like this unexpected blessing is a turn here. And I feel like a turn is aligning you more with your own specific calling and purpose. So we're branching off from this thing, okay? And so this might be something we not necessarily want to branch away from, because it could be something that's been our comfort zone. It could be something that has provided for us, but I do feel like it's cramping our style, okay? This is talking a lot also about our own health, and it could be really, really tied to physically allowing ourselves to be nurtured. And when we nurture ourselves, we have to do so emotionally, physically, spiritually, and all of these realms. And I feel like we might have been observing a situation, or I don't know, like boxing ourselves out, you know, like knowing maybe there was one path and remaining sort of in another, and maybe observing or contemplating or considering something, the health of something, or whether something could be fruitful or eventful. And why we might have been so, I feel there's an energy of like wanting to know for certain. So I'll call it hesitancy, because I feel like there has been very much this, I don't know, let me really fully understand this thing. Let me work it 10 ways from Sunday. Like there's a lot of this sort of review, if you will. Okay. But a lot of this might have been stemmed from the mind of the version of us that could be seen from the eyes of that, I don't know what to call it, someone who has been conditioned or pre-programmed under one assumption, of who you are. Maybe if we told ourselves, like, I am this, again, with 9 Pentacle, maybe like, I don't need, a family, or I don't need nurturance, or I don't need to experience XYZ in my world. And so I shut it out in some way, or I don't allow myself to explore this because of some thing that maybe has hurt us or burnt us in the past. I feel like there's been this exposure to something, or maybe this thing is too intense, or I don't know, there's something about intensity and getting burnt before, or like not wanting to get injured, and that's fine. We don't want to get injured for sure. But I feel like there's something about something being offered, and I don't know if we're doing this offering or we're contemplating some form of offer. And it's like maybe coming back full circle to something that we feel we might have lost out on, or it couldn't align at some point in time. Like there was really something about, I don't know, I feel like there's guidance towards making a choice and a decision that maybe we've been, like I said, reviewing, trying to understand it, trying to measure it out, trying to see and hear and fully know that, is this aligned? Is this aligned? Is this my true authentic path? Is it perfect? Is this where I can sort of be of service? Is this going to be something that is fruitful? Is it something dangerous? Am I sort of in it on my own? Am I going to have to do something here, So we could be lacking confidence in our own desire to do something if we're not sure what we're getting ourselves into. Okay, this could be an official commitment, getting married, the next steps, and maybe raising a family, or like something like this, or moving from the hometown or the family in order to go towards our calling or what we're needing. So I do feel there's something in regards to habits and regimen. So maybe we're used to a certain lifestyle, a certain habit, a certain safety, a certain way of being that's been our stability. And it's like, should I buy this new thing, or should I invest, or should I be interested, or should I allow things to flow in a new sort of way? I feel like for all of you guys, this is something that has been very, very, very slow. And maybe we've been very protective and very much even somehow defensive, because it's like, I don't want to get burned, or I don't want to experience something here that might be too intense or too, I don't know, that I'm not prepared for in some way. So I'm getting the health aspect because I feel it is intertwined. It's like at an expense of our own emotional happiness or our own physical, spiritual happiness here. Our health might have been really taking a toll. And so there's a need to nurture our soul, need to nurture ourselves by allowing ourselves to accept certain things that maybe we were told wasn't a part of who we had to be, or we had to be hard, like we had to be tough. We had to be strong and independent and maybe not let people in, or maybe we were told, like, I don't know, because there is strong family energy coming through here. And maybe we felt like we had to, our devotion or commitment might have lied somewhere in some place that might have cramped our style, because I feel like there's a cramping of our style with existing. Maybe where you felt you had to give of yourself, or you had to stay, or where you had to be of service. And it's like Spirit's talking about this unexpected blessing as this new creative energy of what's new. And what's new is going to feed your soul. And what's new is meant for you. And what's new is aligned for you. It is part of your purpose. It is feeding you. And you are being guided for this. But I feel like maybe we've been really sort of too protected or too guarded or too defensive in allowing this. Okay. And we could have been with the speculation and, like I said, all this energy of like measuring and seeing and waiting and uncertain and not clear and wanting it to be perfect or wanting to really, really, really understand this thing. It's like we're speculating, and it's like I can't commit to a speculation. I can't decide on like a chance that I might be burnt or a chance that I might go down maybe the wrong sort of path here, or let go of some form of stability because there was a need to let go of something in order for there to be the courage to face again this new thing. Okay, so I feel like maybe we were needing to see things definitely from maybe a higher perspective. And with this lay of the land, it's like, yeah, again, like I'm getting the speculation, having to like examine things. And maybe we had to reach a certain point in this journey to really understand and see, like, what am I dealing with? Who am I dealing with? What is clear to me? What is certain to me? What's within my own beliefs that are mine? And what has been more instilled in me in a voice of maybe my parents or my ancestors or my friends or family, or like the past version of me that's been maybe conditioned to believe certain things. Because I feel like you're going to be given the clarity or the answer here in order for you to take action for this next phase. And I feel like we could have really not have made ourselves sort of available, you know, and something about really and maybe not understanding what a healthy independence might look like, as opposed to like collaboration, or like how do we make ourselves available to others? You know, how can we make things maybe more official or more comfortable here when it comes to providing a level of like commitment or officialness in a situation here. So let's see, spirits, can we get some more? I feel like missing something for pile number 3 in regards to this unexpected blessing. What is this unexpected blessing for pile 3? So we have the 7 of Cups, and it is in the sideways position. That is giving me this speculation. Things aren't clear, and I've been trying to like decide what's the best option for me. And not every single cup is going to be a good option, you know? And so maybe we were really hesitant. Like, I got to choose what is really aligned, but we were in the fog, or we weren't knowing, or maybe we were buying the story that everyone else was telling us, you know? The Knight of Swords. I need to confront, speak her truth. And this is, you know, cutting through all the BS and taking action. Something about confronting something with words, or something like this with the bird and this Knight of Swords. So yeah, look, fighting for what matters. So what matters? We've been in a defensive position. Maybe we've been guarded, and it's like, what team have I been fighting for? What dream have I been fighting for? What position have I been fighting for? Am I fighting for my future? Am I fighting to keep confusion? And we could have definitely got injured, you know, from standing like this, defending our territory. 7 Pentacles in reverse. Like, what has this amounted to? So we could stand here defending, fighting for what we believe, and then at the end of the day, empty-handed. It's like, is this manifesting into something worthwhile? Or doing this could definitely lead to health problems, because we could start feeling very exhausted. You know, feeling very, very exhausted here. Let's see. 3 of Wands. So this is hopeful. It's like I see out into the horizon a future. I see promising land out there. You've been doing a lot of groundwork so that you can come to this moment. And this moment is the next step to your future. It's like being very hopeful, seeing all of the potential possibilities in the horizon for you so that you can expand and move and grow and be able to sort of face this. And maybe we've been like pushing it out or not wanting to explore this new world, so to speak. Yeah, look, exploration energy with the Page of Swords. So this is like being curious, wanting to understand, asking more questions. This is also right below these 7 cups. It's like cutting through any confusion or uncertainty or speculation or indecision, because I want the truth for myself. But I got to start with like actually wanting to ask these questions rather than maybe turn a blind eye. Maybe we've been not being honest with our truth, our own song, you know? Yeah, cutting through the fears, the lack of clarity, the uncertainty. There's a lot of, again, with speculation, I'm really feeling like we might have made some preconceived ideas or understandings based from the subconscious fears of what we thought something might have been. And so things might have been very, very confusing. And like, this is the opposite of this like commitment. It's like keeping things sort of not pointed and clear and keeping all things sort of open, all potential, all opportunity. This is like committing ourselves to one clearer understanding, one path, one cup, you know, one like thing to fight for here, one direction. Okay, and then we have 2 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, coming out of this indecision and this lack of clarity and maybe even stagnation. We couldn't decide. And I feel like we might have been protecting our hearts, protecting ourselves, very defensive, like I said, guarded. And the King of Cups in reverse, protecting our emotions, you know, not going after our truest, deepest sort of love here. Like, I feel there's a block here in emotions, a block in allowing ourselves to feel. And after a certain time, like I said, this really impacts your health. Spirit's talking about your health is going to improve, pile number 3. Because I do feel wherever we were not allowing ourselves to accept some form of truth when it comes to our emotions, we're starting to accept this. We're seeing opportunity for this. And maybe in the past, it's like, no, I never saw an opportunity for me to be happy, you know, in a relationship or in a marriage or with someone else, or like a potential future for like something like this for me. It's like, now I can see it. I could be open to this. I can go past my fears. I don't have to remain defensive or guarded or protected in some way. Some of you guys, this could be allowing yourself the permission to travel. It's like leave my hometown or leave some form of security here so that I can go explore my own future for me. Yeah, because here wasn't producing. 6 of Cups in reverse. That's this reunion energy. So were we really maybe held back by a certain community, people, places, things of the past, memories, things that held us in place, but they weren't really producing? It's like my old relationships kept me here, my old hometown where I couldn't break away, you know, this family home or this situation. And I've been here like protecting and defending why I'm sort of keeping this memory alive, but there has been no abundance, no fruit. And so now I'm open to the possibility that I have to explore or leave the coop or get on the ship, but I'm hopeful. I can see the horizon here and the potential and past my fears, which at one point I couldn't see beyond. I was very sort of stuck here, you know, and maybe there was too much fear in opening up our emotions or going in that direction, being vulnerable to what we really want. What would that look like? What would people say? Or how would that go against maybe what I've known or been conditioned or programmed to sort of my upbringing to believe in some way? So I do feel for this group, we're going to just close this out with one sort of message here. What is then this blessing? This unexpected blessing? What's going to happen here for pile 3 then? That pile 3 should know about. Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. Please protect me and the viewer as I channel this message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. What questions do they still have regarding this unexpected blessing? What is the outcome of this and what can they expect to happen here? Clear and concise message for the greatest and highest good of pile 3. What am I missing? Ace of Swords. So we weren't in line with our truth. We weren't knowing maybe how to take action or how to communicate or act on what, or even to get clear. Like I said, we were unclear. We weren't pointed. There's too many cups. Okay, we were blocked in the heart space with the Page of Cups in reverse. I feel like this is saying a block in communicating how we feel, expressing, following up on our hearts, desires, on our creative passions. There, this is the card of what? Trusting the universe. Leaving the baggage behind, leaving the 6 cups behind. The Fool goes on a journey and he only carries his little hobo stick, I don't know, whatever he needs here. Some water. And he leaves his baggage. He trusts the divine, no matter where it sort of leads. It could lead him to his demise. And so I feel like maybe there was a lot of fear. Is this going to lead me to my demise? But wherever we were was cramping our style. And so I feel like there's this trust in this universe to guide you. Aquarius energy, by the way. Ace of Pentacles. I'm really getting that 7 Pentacle energy in reverse. Like nothing was manifested. The new beginning was sort of stalling out or like hindering on this trust. It was like stunted here. The manifestation was blocked until we could see clearly or take this sort of truth and speak some form of truth. And maybe acknowledge some feelings we had here, or even our intuition, acknowledge our intuition. Okay, Chariot, success, beautiful. Cancer energy, this is also the integration of shadow. So we saw the moon in reverse, which really means coming out of the fear, integrating the part of our shadow or subconscious that was saying, I can't, or I won't, or something here that created some form of a fear, a lack of clarity, an inability to accept one's deep emotions. Okay, so again, universe coming through very strong. It's like you're being guided. And I think you feel this guidance because this is the universe pulling us through so we can have success. We just need to steer and keep the chariot sort of upright, keep the balance, not get too much into our fears or in one direction or else the chariot topples. So this is about balanced chariot, working with the universe, trusting the universe, being pushed forward and guided forward. The Lovers. So we have the path of the Lovers, which is all about, our divine partnership, but also being in line with their choices rather than choosing the fear. We're choosing based out of love. We're choosing based out of trusting the universe, even if we don't see sort of where we're stepping. Okay, so we have Gemini, Cancer, Aquarius, and we have the 6 swords. Yeah, coming out of 5 sword energy. Because staying here was cramping our style. Staying here would have been a 5 swords. Sabotage, turmoil, creating resistance and conflict. Okay, and Spirit's saying you've been moving out of this slowly but surely getting ahead. I feel like it's been a slow journey. But the big important one here is leaving the baggage behind, because when we're in the 6 swords, we leave the 5 swords in the ship or in the boat, and then we get to the other side. Baggage free. It's like whatever burnt me. Something burnt you, was challenging. It was maybe creating this inability to commit to our dream or to commit to being able to feel, being able to open our heart, being able to not be defensive, being able to have hope for the future, success, or come balance or acknowledge something that we want. Oh my gosh, you guys, pile 3, what a way to end this beautiful reading. So what's Spirit saying? Unexpected blessing. Pile number 3. The unexpected blessing is you're going to get your happily ever after, okay? And like I always say in my readings, I don't puff smoke. I'm not just saying what you want to hear. A 10 of Cups is a vision of what we have as our ideal future, our ideal happily ever after, whatever this is to you. Is this a family? Is this like a community? Is this whatever vision you have of being emotionally completely, utterly fulfilled, and the people around you are completely, utterly fulfilled? It's harmony. Okay, it's going to be sort of this beginning that allows you to line up with this happiness. This is what this unexpected blessing is about. The universe assures this. The only thing you've been asked to do is leave the baggage behind, trust the universe, find a form of balance by and not resisting, not blocking, not being guarded, making the decision and then saying, yep, I've made that decision. It's clear, it's pointed. Now guide me. You don't have to do anything. Okay, but I think before we might have been 7 cups, not pointed, not certain, confused, still blocking, still guarding, still resisting. It's like, no, I want to commit and I'm certain, or now I'm clear on this path. And once you're clear and you tell the divine, this is what I want, so the divine puts you on this path, that's where you're moving towards, okay? And I feel it's been a struggle, it's been a challenge, but you're leaving all of that behind. We're going on to calmer waters, right straight to this 10 cups. Okay, so I do feel this is absolutely beautiful energy, beautiful angel. This is your reading, and I wish you guys the very, very best. You're called to another pile, then I will see you there. All right, bye-bye.